My name is Hayden, and we are from Miss Burrow's class. Today is October 3rd.
We have a few announcements for you today. Today's weather will be 68 and partly sunny.
Today's lunch is pizza, fruit, and milk.
Here are other updates. This week's Spirit Friday is Read a Shirt Day, in honor of the book fair. Wear a shirt on Friday that has lots of words or letters for people to read it. Examples of shirts might be Go Bengals, John Deere, or Just Do It. The PTO fundraiser has kicked off. The funds collected help our school. Order forms are due October 8th. Yeah, students, book fair has started. As your class group comes to our library special, you will be able to create your wish lists and shop. Also, Wimpy Kid number 7, the third wheel, will be pre-ordered this week. It will be shipped to us in November and delivered to your classroom. Our first parent-teacher conferences is this Thursday.
Something good for today is from kindergarten is Becca from Mrs. Ward. From first grade is Grace from Mrs. Wright. From second grade is Jackson from Mrs. Putnam. From third grade is Eric from Trailer. From fourth grade is Ian from Worley and Adams. And from fifth grade is Allie from Dill. Remember to put your teacher's name on the back of your tickets. Thanks you to all third graders, staff, and students for a successful fall OAA test. We will continue to have makeups to the remainder of this week. This week is count week. It is very important that you be at school this week. Make sure to turn in your note to the office if you're absent. Remember that we will have an author come visit us on October 26th to speak about his book, Where Eagles Live. Check out the flyer that was sent home with more information about how to pre-order the book if you are interested. 10% of the sales goes toward our GES Science initiatives.
That's all of our announcements for today.
Hey, wait a minute. I got a few announcements. Freddie, can you help me out here? We have some winners of Book Fair to announce. The winners of the Book Fair guessing game are the following students who each had the exact answer of 123. There were 123 marbles in the intermediate jar and 123 erasers in the primary jar. And here are the winners of a $10 to spend at the Book Fair. Isaac from Miss Adams' class. Carolyn Cantrell from Mrs. Hurst's class. Taylor Strayer from Mrs. Pence class. Holden from Mrs. Obern's class. Laney from Mrs. Regeer's class. Carter from Mrs. Regeer's class. Madison from Mrs. Ward's class. JJ from Mrs. Turner's class. Hayden from Mrs. Turner's class. Arden from Mrs. Turner's class. The following students are also winners of $10 to spend at the book fair. They were chosen from staff nominations. Logan from Mrs. Croson's class. Kylan from Mr. Williams' class. Ace from Mr. Williams' class. Emily from Mrs. Ward's class. Logan from Miss Adams' class. Brandon from Mrs. Obern's class. Johnny from Mrs. Sanders' class. Caden from Mrs. Stoner's class. Nick from Mrs. Wright's class. And Mackenzie from Mrs. Pence's class. Everybody have a fantastic day. Thanks, Freddie.
Hello, Graham Elementary. We are Recycling Glue Sticks.